What's good with it in the hood with it? Welcome back to the Collective Clips where you guys already know we get it in. Das, das, das. But before we get it in, whooping, let's get to this new Super Norteno and let's get to this new Super Norteno intro. Welcome back to the channel. And if you haven't already hit that like and subscribe button, make sure you go ahead and do that. Put your notification bell on all so that way you're directing the direction of the dope content that the gun stays kicking. And I appreciate the support, man. I'm very humbled by it. Whopping. Are you guys ready for a new Super Norteño? And I don't mean just a new episode. I mean actually a new Super Norteño. One that will make you scratch your head. One that even Ricky was like, whopping, that dude's a J-Cat, right? Hey, when Ricky calls you a J-Cat, you know it's real, right? So let me tell you guys the backstory on this homeboy. He's like the Super Norteño. If you took Pepe and Super Norteño and you mixed them all up, voila, you get the homeboy JJ from Salas. And I know there's a lot of different JJs. And the one I'm talking about was a viejo. He turned old. You know, the meth got him older. I think he was like 30 years old, but he looked 60. The homie was different. His mustache was down to his nipples, and he was definitely different. Let me tell you about how we met, right? So I'm out of state in the county jail. And this was a new county jail to me. And at the time, I had a little Mongolian dropped. I was regrowing the old school Mongolian I once had that I cut off that I was regrowing, right? And it was probably about, I don't know, 6 inches long. So it was barely hanging. And I would get my little braid in the back and thinking I was cool, right? Well, I ended up getting caught up and going to the county jail. And this was something different because the Norteño cause was not that there was no cause. There was hardly any homeboys. You would see them sporadically, maybe one or two, because people were coming from out of state. They were getting locked up. So it wasn't like we had a stronghold. It wasn't like going to the county jail. Oh, we sit over here or we got these bars or whatever. Nothing like that. It was if you were lucky if you ran into another Norteño in a year. I got lucky, or did I? One never knows, does one. But this is how me and the homie met. So I'm in my cell, right? I go in the cell, of course, a couple Southsiders. There's always Southsiders. Don't matter where the fuck you go, right? They come up to my cell and they're like, hey, I said, where you from? And I already know, you could tell, right? They're Southerned out the game. I was like, Merced, Norte, whatever, right? I said to them, they're like, all right, I said, all right. Now my cell hasn't popped, so I'm already like, damn, I'm gonna have to deal with the situation. I'm gonna have to lay a demo down or get a demo laid down on me. Whatever the case may be, I gotta do what I gotta do. I was fully functioning and active at this time, but there was really no one to save face for. So I was kind of in a situation where, like, man, if you can't beat them, join them. But I knew what time it was. I was gonna handle my business. I was gonna plant my flag regardless. So I come out to the day room. And them dudes, there's like 4 of them. They're in the corner, and I can see they're plotting and planning. I'm kind of looking at them like, fuck, man, just get off already, right? I'm thinking, should I get off? But at that point in time, I was like just trying to like get out of jail. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't doing much time. I was doing like 30 days in the county. So I was like, man, I got to just try to wiggle if I can wiggle. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to wiggle. Whoop it, right? I'm trying to whopping up out of here. And they keep looking at me, and one of them shaking his head. You could tell he's like the shot caller, right? And then they're looking, and then he's shaking his head again. And one of them comes up to me. And when he comes up to me, I grab a pencil. It was a little ass pencil this big. That's all they gave you. They gave you the gel pens. If you remember the little plastic gel pens they give you in county, and a little pencil that was like, ain't going to do nothing. But I figured I'd push that motherfucker. I'd call it pencil pop, right? So as I got that motherfucker in my hand, I'm gripping it for dear life. This little youngster comes over to me. He's probably like in his 20s, right? It's a little Southsider. So I'm thinking, man, I'm going to fucking pencil pop his eye out. He comes up to me and he's like, hey, SC, you just stay doing your thing and we're going to stay doing our thing. And I was like, well, gee golly, that's great. I'm going to do my thing. Now, a couple of the brothers had come in and they see me and they're like, hey, you ain't from here, right? I said, I'm from Northern California. So the brothers automatically, they're like, oh, I heard Norteños ride with us. I'm like, shit, they do today? Right? Let's go. So now I'm sitting with the brothers chopping it up or whatever, having a good time. And the Southsiders kind of just, they're like, fuck it. They forgot about me. They're not tripping, right? They were not tripping. So anyways, I go back to my cell. A cop walks by and I'm like, hey, man, you know what I'm saying? What time do they feed around here? Because I'm starving like Marvin. He's like, look, I'm looking for a porter and I'm looking for a laundryman. What do you want a job? And I'm thinking to myself, because you got to understand they had the bottom tier programming and I was on the bottom tier and then they had the top tier. We were kept separate. What degree of separation? Very separate, right? But if I'm working out there, what I didn't know, the fine print, he didn't tell me that I was going to be around everyone in that whole building, right? It was like a 270 design. So I'm like, Yeah, I want to be the laundry man, right? Because I figure the laundry man, you get an extra tray because either one of those jobs get an extra tray, but at the same time, you're only out there like every 3 or 4 days. You just pass out the laundry. I was a sock man. I passed out socks, right? True stories. So as I'm right there, bam, they hire a new. I could hear him talking to a cell on the top right above me, man. He hires a new tier tender, right? So as soon as they pop the doors for the tier tenders, right? There's 2 black dudes, a white dude, and the homie comes. He comes immediately to my cell. This dude cannot see over the windows. All I see is when I look down, because he's banging on the door. Hey, homie, let me get at you. I didn't have a celly at this time. My white dude came all heroined out about 10 minutes later, but I'm looking at him. This fool's he's all mustache. From his eyebrows to this is all mustache, right? It looks like the Wolfman. And I see him, and he's like, hey, what's up? And he turns around, and he has a big old 14 on the back of his head. He's like, hey, what's up? I'm from Salas, bro. I'm a homie from Salas. And I'm happy. I'm like, oh, shit. I said, how many homeboys are in here? He said, you're the first one I've seen in like 8 months. I'm like, oh, snap. No way, right? So I'm like, whopping. He's like, oh, no, whopping, right? I'm like, you tell me whopping. He's like, a whole lot of nothing whopping, right? So he's like, hey, I'm the new tier tender, bro. If you need anything, I got you. I said, well, shit, shoot me a sopa or something. He's like, I ain't got that, but I got like books. Everything I can get myself, right? Like he's shooting me nothing extra. I'm like, hey, you got a bar of soap or something? He's like, yeah, I got you right now, man. Let me go up to my cell. He comes back with a state bar of soap, like the soap that I already got in myself, and some tooth powder. He's talking about, hey, bro, I'm doing bad right now, but you know what I'm saying? You know, whatever I got is yours. You ain't got shit. So, and he was like, he expected me to say the same thing. I'm like, hell nah, right? Whatever I got is mine, homie. I had money on my books, but I hadn't got a chance to go to Cantina. I just got there, right? Been there a couple days. So, anyways, the door pops, boom, boom, the Sally port, and they tell him to get back, and he's like, oh, they're bringing new people. You're probably gonna get a celly right now. I say, hey, try to sell up with me, bro. Try to sell up with me. He's like, I'll hit the hoorah up, but I don't know, man. I've had my same celly for cool. He's pretty cool. I said, man, fuck that, bro. I'm a Norteno. Sell up with me, bro. He's like, what, Ben? All right, I'll try. He never tried. But anyway, so he bounces out, and the way he's walking all chueco, like he just got boned by a celly or something. I'm like, oh no, right? Gee, golly, gee, right? So as he walks away, they put this big old ogre-looking white dude, fucking scraggly ass hair. He's like, what's up, brother? He's a wood, right? They put him in my cell. He farts as he's walking past me. I'm like, oh no, right? And he lays down on the bottom bunk. I wanted to be on the top bunk because in this facility where I was at, this county jail, it was like we were on the 6th or 7th floor, right? So you want to be right there so you can look and see what's going on out there. There was a window by yourself. You're on the top bunk. On the bottom bunk, there ain't shit. You're looking at a wall, right? So nobody wants the bottom bunk. It's like reverse there. The top, if you fight for the top bunk and shit. So I'm on the top. This motherfucker farts, walks past me, throws up a little bit, and lands on the bed. Ugh, he's snoring and shit. And he stinks like he hasn't showered in 2 months. And I'm looking at at the cop, right? That came right there. And I'm like, how does this work? He's like, you got to deal with it. Closes the door, right? And it stunk bad, right? Now, the only perk to the situation was this dude was Malias. He was sick. He was fucking kicking, right? So he couldn't eat his food or nothing. So they'd bring me the double tray. I had the double up plus the triple tray because I was a worker now, right? So that was the perk. The downfall was it smelled like throw up an ass all day, all night, right? So after about the 5th day, this fool starts coming too. Now, the first time I go out to hand out socks, JJ's out there because he's a porter. So they're out there helping, right? So I'm like, at least I got a homeboy with me, right? So he's out there, everything. I see people. It is what it is. I hand out the socks. I'm feeling comfortable. I ordered canteen. I got a little canteen in my cell now. I'm giving my Malias ass fucking wood fucking celly a Snickers bar for his whole tray. And that feels fucking, because you know heroin addicts, they like fucking sweets. He's fucking, brother, shove it in, right? He's smashing the chocolate. I'm like, damn, I ain't never seen a wood like chocolate that much. Anyways, he's doing his thing. And the homeboy JJ's like, yeah, I asked the cop, man, to sell us up, but he said, Charlie, whatever. He said, you're already on this tier and they don't want to move tiers. It's too much paperwork. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Right? But he's cool. And he's like, I got your back, bro. If any of these fools trip, I said, these fools ain't tripping. They already told me they're not tripping. He said, oh, yeah, no. There's fools that be tripping, bro. It's just the last time you were out handing out socks, they were fucking at the school area. Like they went to a class. I said, whatever, right? Whooping! Right? I should have been on Super Norteno mode because I'm going to tell you what happens. What happens is, the next time I'm out there handing out socks, conveniently, for whatever reason you want to say, man, I'm not saying that the North Day raised me, I'm not saying that this dude was scared, but I'm going to say this. He conveniently, for some reason, didn't make it out of his cell. And there was like 3 Southsiders that did that I had never met before that weren't giving a fuck about what the other one said, right? So I'm handing out socks and this white dude comes up, all right? He looks like a Backstreet Boy. Honest to God, Wouldn't even know he was a gang member. I mean, he looked like, tell it to my heart. Like you wouldn't even know. Parting his head and all that, right? But he has a little look on his face that says, so, Sur gang, right? He has that look. So as he comes up, I hand him the socks and he's like, hey, where you from, Esse? And when he says Esse, he's a white dude. I'm confused. My equilibrium is way off at this point. My Mongolian is hanging right here, so he should know already. And I said, Norte Xavi. I stood back and he proceeded to grab the chair that was right in front of me and hit me in the head with it. Boop, Soul Gang, right? Man, these fucking Southsiders are jumping all over me. And I could see Jay, all I could see is mustache just going up and down, up on the top tier, because he's right there in the middle, because my cell was right in the middle. He's up on the top where you can see, and I got fucked up. I mean, these dudes fucked me up. My eye was leaking. Like this was one time I got jumped where I could honestly say I was like, they fucked me up pretty bad, right? They ragged all the shit out of me, man. What about my celly had just been getting up? Like for the last 2 days, he had just, like he'd been shitting on the toilet rather than in his pants, right? This motherfucker shitting in his pants like 4 different times. They had to hose him down, like for reals. He finally was able to get on the toilet, and he's up there like, brother, fuck him up, brother. Hey, I ate a Snickers. Do you mind? I'm like, oh, man, I got to get back to my canteen before this wood eats all my shit if they take me to the hole. They don't take me to the hole because I was victimized, right? I was the victim. These guys go to the hole. I don't want to have no socks no more, right? And I'm going, fuck that extra tray. I'll just borrow my cellies. So now I'm in the cell, whatever. I do my little time. I don't come back out of the cell only to fucking like come out for day room or whatever. We're split tiers, so I don't see these guys anymore. They don't have no action at me. And I want to get my run back. So I'm like thinking it when I'm out in the day room, every time the door pops, I'm always looking to see if one of these motherfuckers comes through because I need my issue, right? They don't. 2 of them went to the oil. 1 of them went back upstairs. The white dude, he was gone. I never seen him again. He fucked me up. Straight up. That white man fucked me up for Sood Gang, brother. Right? So he's gone. So anyways, I do my little bit of time. I tell JJ, that's the homeboy's name from Salas. Hey, bro, if you're ever, I should slide in my address. If you ever get out, bro, because you seem like you and this motherfucker all the time, Holmes. You know what I'm saying? Reach out to me because I don't know his whole story yet. You know, we only see each other when he comes down to be a tier tender, so he could only be at my window for so long. But he's a northerner. He has a big old 14. He's a homeboy. But to what degree a homeboy, I was going to find out later. So anyways, he's like, hey, man, leave me your canteen, bro, when you leave. So I shoot it all to him. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? That's what you do. I jam. Bam. About a month later, I'm cruising, and I see this motherfucker, right? He's walking with a whole bunch of homeless motherfuckers looking ghetto as fuck, and I pull up on him. I'm like, damn, bro, what's up? He don't even recognize me. He's so high. He's like, I don't fucking gangbang. I was like, bro, you got a big-ass 14 on the back of your head. What do you mean you don't gangbang? Oh, it's you. What's up? Norte Holmes. I'm like, oh, shit, this dude's a fucking cat, right? But he didn't talk like that. He was like he had like a squeaky voice, but a big-ass mustache that blocked it, so it was hard to hear. He'd be like, hey, what's up, boy? He would say, he said, I don't gangbang no more. But I do, but I don't. You know what I'm saying? I do when it's Northerners. I don't when it's Southsiders. You feel me? Game, homie. That's game. I'm like, oh, shit. So I give him like $20, man. I tell him, all right, I'll see you when I see you. Hey, you still got my address? He's like, yeah, get that shit back to me. I don't want you to come rob my house. Like, what the fuck, right? So it seemed like everywhere I went, this motherfucker popped up. So I ended up going to prison, doing a little time, right? This motherfucker popped up on me in prison. Now he's not as high as he used to be. So now he's like, his equilibrium's right. He drank his V8. He's like straight. So he's the homie, but he's like a J-Cat homie, always getting involved in shit that didn't involve him. Always with the cheese man, just fuck for an OG, like fucking a gangster like that. Stop it, eh? Stop it. So anyways, that's what he's all involved in. So it gets to the point in prison where I'm like, I don't even want to be around this motherfucker. I'm telling the homies, this was a J-Cat for reals, bro. He's always like, because he was a gangster and he was very racist too, right? So like blacks, he did not get along with, which was very odd because most Norteños get along with brothers, man. I've always been black and brown. I was raised that way, raised around the brothers, right? Not necessarily like the Crips, we had our little thing going on in Merced, right? That was our little thing, but the Bloods, like black people in period, by my nature, I was cool with them, right? And so this dude, one time we're sitting there, man, and we're playing spades, right, with a couple brothers. And he was like, man, why we got to play with these people? I said, because they're the best, man. It was always these people. They kind of would look at him odd, right? He was so short, though, that no one wanted to sock him because they'd sock him. He'd fly through the wall. And so he gets into it with the black dude over chicken, right? And he's like, that's all you motherfuckers think about. He's just fucking on some racist shit. And I had to check him like, hey, bro, I don't want you around me anymore, bro. You're going to bring some heat. Like, see that big old brother from Chicago over there? That the one that's doing time, he's from Chicago with the dreads. Yeah, he looks like he wants to eat you, bro. Like, you got to get away from me. So we kind of have a little bit of a falling out. He's like, man, that's fucked up. I'm a homeboy. I come before, and then he disrespects the blacks before them and whatever. And I was like, no. You are a J-Cat. Get out of here. So A few years later, I get out of prison. Who do I run into? Right? It's like you can't shake these motherfuckers, right? I see him and he's doing dirt bad. He's walking down the streets high as fuck. And I pull over and I'm feeling bad. Like I got like a changed kind of sense of a person I am. And I'm like, I feel bad. I'm like, hey, bro, what's up? Remember? He's like, oh, what's up, hey? I was like, jump in. So his mustache is still all the way down to his waist by this time. And I'm like, hey, bro, fucking, you want to go on a road trip with me? He's like, right, so I want to go visit my tia and my cousins and shit. Hey, my cousin will trip out on you. You'll like him. He's a down ass homeboy. He was like, oh, bro, I got shit to do. I said, you're homeless. What do you got to do? Yeah, bro, but I left my tent, my bike over there. Leave that shit over there. It'll still be there. They'll take it. I'll buy you a new one. Let's go. He's like, fuck it, let's party. Let's go, right? So we travel all the way from Washington State, all the way to Gustine, California, right? And I remember knocking on the door. Doom, doom, doom. The door was closed, and that was a mysterious thing. And I can hear my dad, hey, somebody's at my fucking door. If it's the mailman, drag his ass in here because I still haven't got my check. If it's a fucking that dude from down the street, the one that I've been sleeping with, you tell him come here. I'm gonna beat his fucking ass. And if it's one of your friends, they're not allowed in because right now I'm on my period, right? I'm like, oh shit. So Ricky's like, whoop it is, my primo, right? My dad, oh, he fucking finally got here. Yeah, and you brought like a midget with them, right? I'm like, nah. He's like, hey, where you from? Before he even can come to the door, Ricky's already hitting him up because the fool got a big whip. Like he looks gangster, right? I mean, all 4 foot of him, right? Ricky's like, Whoopin, where you from? He's like, I'm from Salas. Ricky's like, Whoopin, I like Salinas, come on, right? You can sleep in my room. I'm like, motherfucker, you got an old lady. What do you mean you can sleep in your room? What are you trying to sell up with them? We got a motel room. We're not even sleeping here, bro. We're just down to visit. What do you mean you can sleep in my room? What kind of weirdo activity is that, right? Let me tell you, my tia, she hears that someone's there. Wait, let me clean myself off, bitch. Right? She comes out. Look at this guy. Where the fuck did you find him on that? He looked like he's on the side. Take a shower. There's a big crack in our bathtub, but it just drains through to the floor. If mud starts coming up, you already know what the fuck it is. Go ahead, take a shower, because you. Hey, mijo, I don't know what he's cute and shit, but he needs to shave, mijo. He needs to trim that shit. That shit goes all the way from here to there. It's his fucking pubic hair is connected to his fucking soul patch. I'm like, yeah, I know. So he takes a shower. Ricky's like, Whoopin, you want a red t-shirt? I got like 100 of them. In fact, I got 114 of them. So Ricky hooks him up with the shirt. He's chilling, man. Hey, Sheila's in there cooking. So I'm like, we're going to eat. Hey, don't trip, man. My prima. I'm saying my prima. That fool takes one look at Sheila and does this. What's up? He sees Sheila and he like falls in love. Hey, I've noticed fatter white chicks, 2 people like them the most. Well, actually 3 people like brothers. Brothers will deal with that, right? A paisa, there's no paisa in the world that doesn't eyeball an overweight white chick, right? And man, little short dudes feel like they could just ride that horse, right? They ride that rhino. So he was like discombobulated. He was hooked. He was like, I never seen an ass like that in my life. I said, neither have I, because there is not one. It goes inside out, but he's on it, right? Ricky's like, Whoopin, what's he doing? He like Sheila? She's cool, huh? She's cool. He's like, she's wonderful. My tia's like, I'm gonna tell you what's wonderful. What's wonderful is you're just right up here to my waist. That's gonna be wonderful tonight. And guess what? I got a special surprise for you. Have you ever got in Red Wings? Have you ever got in Red Wings? He's like, no, I eat chicken wings. Like he's all. So, anyways, him and Ricky start to argue. He's hooked on Sheila. He's trying to rub up on her and do all kinds of shit. Ricky catches it. Ricky's like, hey, Whoopin, that's my old lady, homie. You're violating bond 4. You should not touch my old lady. I was like, that's not what bond 4 says. That's what it means to me, right? And I'm like, hey. Him and Ricky argue till Ricky pulls me to the side. He's like, who the fuck is this J-Cat? Right? This fool somehow hooks up with my tia, not on no hookup shit like that, but hooks up with my tia, and they become running part of my tia's like, hey, we're going to be back. At this time, she had a little Astro van. It was all beat up. We're going to be back. I'm going to take your homeboy with me. We're going to go score. I'm like, all right. These motherfuckers were gone for like 4 days. I'm already ready to go back. I'm thinking about just leaving his ass. Like, fuck it. He could walk to Salas. I don't even know if he's really from there. I never seen it tatted on him. This fool had a big old 14, a teardrop, and no more tattoos on him. It was wild, right? Hey, this became her running partner. Hey, he stood with them for like 3 months, literally, on his Pepe shit. When I finally did come back to visit, right? That fool wasn't living there anymore. He had hooked up with some chick and he was living with her. That fool was all gangster. Hey, what's up, big? Yeah, I was like, damn, you remember my primo Pepe? They kicking about $20. I was like, at least Pepe only asked me for 10. You know, this motherfucker. But my tia would be like, hey, your fucking friend's funny. Ricky's like, fuck that JK. That fool, the one time he tried to stick his finger in Sheila's butt. That was crazy, right? I was like, for real? He's like, I'm going to fuck him up next time I see him. We're having a barbecue. It's, I'm down there where I went down there for my tia's. It's her anniversary, right? her anniversary of not being high no more. So she's got like a couple months in. She's all happy. She threw a big old thing. We go over there, right? Me, my old lady at the time. Boom, everything's good. And let me tell you guys something. I'm coming from out of state, right? I'm living over there in Washington, right? At the time. Now, right at this point in time, everyone's like, come back to California. So I was thinking about moving back, right? Ultimately, I ended up here anyways, but in Washington. But that's what I was thinking about, right? So, anyways, I go with my old lady, and she's fucking bad as fucking, and he's there, right? And when he gets there after us, like we're there already, and he pulls on my tail. I was like, hey, it's my fucking partner. Look, short shit. Come here, short shit. That's what she called him. Come here, short shit. He's like, hey, what's up, Mia? It's been a minute. I'm like, hey, what's up, bro? And he don't even remember me. He's like, hey, nice to meet you. I was like, fool, it's me, JJ. I'm the one who brought you here in the first place. Motherfucker, you were supposed to go back, but your ass just fell into the hole in the living room and just stood here. He's like, yeah, there's a gang of roaches here, man. I adapted, Holmes. I adapted. Right? He's kicking it. Ricky's like, whooping, bring him around the corner. I ain't forgot. Man, I took this fool around the corner. Ricky beat this motherfucker damn near to death. I had to drag him out and throw him out in the street. Straight up. I don't even know how he got home. He just took off walking. We just threw his ass in the street. My thing was all pissed. That's my fucking he's one of my connects, right? Get the fuck out of here, right? Fuck that. And I was like, one of your connects, we're over here celebrating your sobriety. What do you mean? Like that's not what you know what I mean? That's what friends are for. Anyways, with that being said, he doubled back. And I'll tell you guys about it in part 2 tomorrow. Thumbs up or thumbs down. See, Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive, struggle, and strive for what I truly believe in. That's the betterment of all people. Whooping! Ricky put beaters on him. Hey, what does his brother say? At least make Ricky win. He does. 99% of the time. I'm the one that loses. Shit. Bang, bang.